Hi everyone, this is Influenced Colorist, and today's video is the coloring book Scavenger Hunt. The tag was started by Dani Buttons, and I was tagged by Isabel's Life. I'm so excited to participate in this challenge because I've been watching these videos for about a month now, and it's just such a great idea to see a variety of books and coloring styles laid out in this way. So there is a list of 11 items to look for in your coloring books. It's up to you if you want to find things you've colored or haven't colored. It can be in one book or it can be in different books. I've decided to find items that I haven't colored yet. That way it can be my motivation for coloring this month. Not sure if I can finish all my 11 pages by the end of July, but I'm gonna try. I don't know who's been tagged or not been tagged, but if you haven't been tagged, please join in on the fun. Since I will be finding my items in uncolored pages, I will include a sped up coloring of my first find, so look for that after my first book. Okay, I found my first item in Doodlers Anonymous Epic Coloring Book, illustrations by 90 Artist. So my first item to find is a man. Okay, so I found my man on this page. It's a cute little lumberjack. I love the page because it's very like whimsical but primitive looking, almost like you have these little cutouts of wood shapes. The artist is the Redwood Arrow Studio. So like I said earlier, for my first find, I am going to actually color a page. I'm going to do a sped up version here, and I'm going to be using Prismacolors. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use these little cloud cutouts, and I'm going to place them around in the sky, and I'm going to trace over them. And then I'm just going to color around them. So I'm going to do these kind of sun rays or sunbursts here, and alternating between a really pale yellow and a light yellow, working around those clouds. Okay, I'm going to darken up the very bottom part of those rays and then just blend again with the original color. Okay, for the clouds, I'm going to take this light tan color and I'm just going to concentrate most of the color on the bottom part of our cloud. And I love this look. It almost looks like the clouds are kind of popping off of the page. Okay, for my lumberjack, I pictured him with kind of this reddish orange hair. And again, I wanted kind of that primitive look, so I'm painting more stripes on him than just solid color. And because I'm picturing these as little wood shapes, I want there to be some kind of graininess to the texture of the coloring. So I don't want to completely color things nice and smooth. So I'm still blending colors, but I still want some of that kind of wood grain. All right, little pink cheeks on our animals. Okay, for the lumberjack's overalls, I'm doing kind of a darker raspberry color on the bottom and then a pink towards the top for highlights. And then my bear, I'm using just some really light shades of brown, going to a darker brown towards the bottom. The white areas are going to have just a really faint blue. And then for my bluebirds, I'm using a light blue to medium blue. And then I'm highlighting the face with a really pale green. And the wings are going to have that same green, some teal, and a really dark blue around the top edge. All right, notice the water there. I forgot to slide the picture up in the frame while I was recording. So anyway, the water is the same shades of blue as I used on the birds. And now for the trunks of the trees, I'm just doing like a reddish brown color towards the top, going down to a darker brown at the bottom. Again, I'm trying to color in the direction of like what the wood grain would be to hopefully give it more of that wood texture. And the tops of the houses are going to be red. All right, and then the trees, I'm starting with 3 green shades. So I have kind of that yellow chartreuse color, a medium green, and then a darker green. And I'm just blending those together, concentrating the lighter colors on top, darker colors on the bottom of the tree. I'm also going to take a dark brown and just kind of add a little bit of dimension around the bottom edges of the tree and around the sides. The front bushes are going to be that bright kind of chartreuse green, and darkening up around the bottom edges of the second layer. Nice green pasture there. And all these back bushes, I'm just doing kind of the same shades that I did on the tree, but I'm concentrating the darker shades on these back level ones. And then again, same 3 shades of green, but just adding a few more highlights to the tops of the closer ones. And for some of these more circular trees, I'm going to do a slightly different shade, 2 different shades of green. They're more like olive tones. And then still incorporating some of the lighter greens on the top of the tree. The mountains, I'm going to start with a really faint layer of light blue, and then in the shadow areas, concentrating towards the bottom of the mountain, a really light lavender. I'll also go in with a slightly darker shade of purple and fill in some of those shadow areas as they get towards the back of the picture. Also adding a little bit of gray or even brown towards the bottom, just to deepen up the color and the shadows. Okay, on to the box. So the front is going to be lighter than the side of the box. So I'm going to concentrate more of my lighter shades up here up close, and then the darker shades will be more on the side. But I still want some variation between the browns and these little ridges here. So I'm just going to kind of alternate between some colors, making some more yellow tones and then some more brown and then dark brown tones. I like to do kind of this scratchy, kind of visible pencil lines, and that way it can hopefully resemble the wood graining. And then I'll blend out with some of the lighter shades. All right, all done with my first find. I wish I could color that fast for real. So next I'll go through all my items in the different books. So keep checking my channel this month for more videos on my other finds. All right, my second item to find is fruit, and I found it in Escape to Wonderland. There were actually quite a few pages in here that had fruit, but I really liked the pineapple on here. And there's also a couple of little cherries on the page. So I haven't worked in this book in a while, so I'm anxious to play around in it. And again, this is Escape to Wonderland, a coloring book adventure illustrated by Good Wives and Warriors. All right, number 3 on the list is to find a bee. So I chose Rita Berman's Die Welt unter der Lupe Zulande. I have no idea if I said that right or not. But you can actually find a lot of bees in this book. It was kind of hard to narrow down which bee I wanted to color. So I chose this page, and this one actually could go with fruit too. I love that big orange slice here, And there's little bees around. There's a pomegranate, lots of flowers. I love the honeycomb here. See, and then on this page, there's also more bees. That's cute too, with the little honey pot and the little teapots. But anyway, I think I'm gonna do this page. Hey, and this book is by Rita Berman, and she just has amazing drawings, very fun and whimsical. All right, number 4 on the list is A Page with Words. So The Ink House is the book that I chose for this, by Rory Dobner. And this one was probably the easiest one to find with words. I mean, there's a lot of books that have words, but this one is a story, so almost every page you can find words on. And I love the work that Karen from Zucchini Kitty does in her videos. So she did the frog here, so I think I'm going to do a color along of what she did with her frog. It's like a green frog with a little pink underbelly, which is so cute. So I really want to try some different background techniques too, so we'll see how that goes. All right, number 5 is to find a mythological creature. So looking in Enchanted Forest here by Johanna Basford, I found some unicorns. All right, so we have 2 big unicorns surrounded by all these leaves and really pretty foliage, done in kind of a circular motif. All right, my next book is also by Rita Berman, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce all that, so it's just her winter book. And I specifically bought this book just for this picture. So the next find is of Santa, and I had seen a couple other Christmas books, but this one I just really loved the whimsical nature of the Santa. And since I loved the Rita Berman books, I thought, well, I can get another one. So here is my Santa. All right, so my next find will be in Colin Thompson's, and I think it translates to Fantastic Color Books or Fantastic Books. I'm not sure. But if you wanted to do this challenge and just do one book, you could probably find all the objects in this one book, because every page is filled with tiny little objects, really random things, but fun things. So in this page, I have all these little shelves, and here are some art supplies. I know Dee Dee Willingham, and I think it's called Bunny Designs. They've done a lot of work in this book. So it's a grayscale, perfect for like watercolor or ink tints type of media. All right, number 8 on the list is to find a bear. So I'm going into my Doodles National Parks, and most of his book is the illustrations from his paintings, but there are a few pages like this one that has these different kind of mosaic look pictures. But here are the bears, and there's 4 of them here. Cute. I've never colored a page like this one before, so yeah, I'm anxious to give it a go. All right, the 9th item on the list is a pumpkin, and I found my pumpkin in Exploratorium, a search and color mission, and this book is by Lee Melendres. And there's actually quite a few pumpkins in here. I did color one, like one giant pumpkin. Let's see if I can find it for you. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so a nice big kind of Halloween pumpkin. And the page that I'm going to do is also kind of Halloween related. It is called The Graveyard. And we have one little character here who has a pumpkin head. This book is always fun to color in. You always find so many little interesting characters. So that's Exploratorium. All right, my 10th book is Disney Silhouettes by Hatchet Heroes, and the item that I'm supposed to find is a trademarked or licensed character. So this is the only kind of licensed book I would have. It would be Disney. So trying to go through which picture I wanted to do for this, I chose a very iconic Disney character. I'm not going to tell you what it is because once I do the picture, then you'll really be able to tell. You can probably kind of make it out and look at some of the designs to tell what it is. This book is always a lot of fun to work in. Okay, the next item I found in Anamorphia by Kirby Rosans, and they're calling this a bonus item. This is your favorite animal, and I found it in this book on this page. It's actually a double page spread. I thought it was perfect for my favorite animal. Multiple whales, and in the black area of the killer whale you're supposed to fill in with your own doodles. So I think it's going to be interesting to incorporate his doodle style with my doodle style, which is completely different. So yeah, I'll have to try to see if I can do some of his style along with mine. But yeah, I just love this page. I've been wanting to do it for a while, so I'm glad I get the opportunity with this challenge. Okay, that's it for this scavenger hunt. Keep checking my channel for when I color these pages all month long. And happy coloring.